What is up, Pokefans? Welcome back to our brand new video. My name is Matt, and this is Season 8, where we climb the ranked ladder using a team that we built from scratch. Our main goal is to hit Master Rank and then maybe experiment to maybe hit some of the lower ranks. But our team right now, within the learning stage, is still not up to par to deal with the current meta that is currently happening. If you watched yesterday's video, and I do appreciate you do, but if you haven't, I would watch that and then come back to this one, because some of the things I'm going to be discussing here in a bit probably won't make a lot of sense. Priority is still a thing, Dragonite is still a problem, but I also see a lot of people using Tornadus. Tornadus is a really good genie. It sucks that he doesn't have any debuffs like Thunder Wave, Will-O-Wisp, or anything like that, but to each their own. But he still gets a lot of games. And the thing that I want to bring up, thing that I've been trying to think of the entire time, which was Sheer Force Landorus. He is probably like the hidden gem of this generation. I think it's gonna be really neat to see if anyone else does that. I'm glad that I was able to capture that, because oh my god, that was intense. So another couple of things that we'll be doing is officially after this video, we might be making changes to the team, not replacing Pokemon, but just kind of mixing and matching their stats a little bit. We might. I still want to give the 5 days so you guys can see it, how the team is going to be ran, and then start making changes after that. But we'll see how the next 5 matches go. So I don't have any more announcements or things to talk about, so we'll just jump into it and get started. Alrighty, so here's what we got for our first match of the day. We've got Goodra, Grimmsnarl, Ursaluna, Fluttermane, Rotom Wash, and Heatran. This is going to be a weird assortment of Pokemon here, guys. So we don't have anyone that's going to be specifically setting up for Trick Room. So Ursaluna may be out of spot here, but I think that Pokemon's a good Trick Room setter. Well, not setter, but Trick Room user in case if it was obvious that the person's gonna be outspeeding. Grimmsnarl is also a good chance or a good choice here. We're not only Fake Out as a possibility, we also get screens, Parting Shot, and then Goodra, who is newly statted, by the way. This isn't the normal Goodra. This is the Dragon Steel type Goodra. So imagine Duraludon in this gen. So Gen 8 to now. So let's see how this goes. We're gonna walk in with Tornadus, Chien-Pao, Garchomp, and let's see, Urshifu. We're gonna walk in with these 4 today. Again, we're not really using Amoonguss. I think he will probably be the Pokemon that I replace out of the team. I do miss having a hyper offensive Fluttermane, and I believe that they are probably one of the bigger pieces that I'm missing. But then I am missing another huge part of that core too. So we'll see. But we have Grimmsnarl and Fluttermane on their side of the field to my Tornadus and Chien-Pao. Now the camera is still way up high and I'm kind of upset about that. But we got a photosynthesis for Fluttermane, so a booster energy or energy booster was used. So now their special attack is upped. For me, we're going to go ahead and use Tailwind, because we're not going to really have to deal with Taunt. Well, we could be taunted. I'm not Dark, so Grimmsnarl could do that, but I think we're going to be better. We should swap maybe kind of sort of. We'll Sucker Punch into the Fluttermane because they're probably specs. Fake Out will go into the Chien-Pao. Tailwind will now go up. So Chien-Pao will not attack, and we're going to get a Dazzling Gleam. Trick Room. Okay. Fluttermane is the Trick Room user. That's not bad. But now, what do I do? I guess we're going to Taunt. I mean, Fluttermane's going to attack first. My entire team is going to attack last. We're going to Sucker Punch the Fluttermane. They get Terra here to make it Fairy. But this is a good use of Fluttermane. Now we know that it's not Spec'd. Because if it's Spec'd and it can only use Trick Room, that's a terrible choice. I know that because I almost did it myself, and it was a terrible choice. Withdrew Grimmsnarl, so that's a good call to have Fake Out usage. And here comes Ursaluna. So now he's going to take advantage of that Trick Room. I'd completely forgotten that Fluttermane could use Trick Room. So now we got Terra Fairy Fluttermane. Taunt will now go off of the Fluttermane. And Sucker Punch will now go into that slot, doing about a third. Dazzling Gleam will now come out, which will unfortunately knock out both of my Pokemon. I don't think Tornadus will Tornadus will survive, but just barely. But now I'm in trouble. Kind of. Because we do have Garchomp here, and Garchomp is able to do a lot of different things. He is not built specifically for speed, but I could still Terra. So I'm gonna do, I could do Bleak Wind, but if I lower their speed, they're gonna be able to attack sooner. So I guess we'll do it. Bleak Wind, and then we'll Terra Bear, or Terra Steel. How long does Trick Room have? 3 more turns? If. Terra Steel, and we're gonna Terra Blast into the Fluttermane. This is my answer to the Fluttermanes, because I thought that they would drop in the less than top 10%, because all the new Pokemon that were going to be introduced in this regulation, and people still use it quite a bit. So Facade will now hit Garchomp for not a lot, because it is resistant, thank God. Dazzling Gleam will also now hit, and will also not hit. It'll hit Garchomp, but he just barely lives. I think he's gonna knock himself out though. But here comes the Terra Blast into that slot. But I'm in trouble after this because, oh my God. Tailwind for me was kind of a terrible choice since I completely forgot that, yeah. That was, yeah. Saw that one coming. I completely forgot Fluttermane knows Trick Room. I should know that. They also know Perish Song, but no one uses Trick Room on Fluttermane. Well, obviously they do now. I think the juniors used it. I think the juniors in the NAIC used it, which I thought was really interesting. All right, Grimmsnarl versus Urshifu versus Ursaluna. This is not great. Okay. Oh, so Surging Strikes will hit the Ursaluna, but we do have 1 turn of Tailwind left. Okay, we'll do that. I mean, Ursaluna is gonna strike faster, or slower, I should say. So Fake Out will come out of Grimmsnarl, which will fail. Facade will come out also and will fail due to Protect. Okay, there's that burn. Now Ursaluna is using Guts, so it doesn't take the stat down from being burnt. So instead of it going to like 50% or even 25%, it gets boosted by that. I think it's like 50% or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I'll do my checks after this, but we'll go ahead and go Surging Strikes on that Ursaluna. Ursaluna will do the Facade. Yep, it's gonna knock out. Ugh. Could not come back from that. I should have protected more. Honestly, that's the reason why majority of my team has Protect. Should have protected more. Alrighty, here's our next match. We've got Azumarill, Dragapult, Talonflame, Chien-Pao, Annihilate, wow, and Regieleki. Neat. So, who should we bring? Who should we bring? Who should we use, guys? I think. I mean, we could bring in Tornadus, but with this setup here, I don't think that's going to be like the best one. because Talonflame is right there. Talonflame is also going to be using Tailwind, and I believe that he's going to be faster. Ah, good question. Okay, so we will bring in Tornadus and Urshifu, Regieleki, and I think Garchomp is going to be the best one to bring in here. I think these four are going to be it. Because like some of the Pokemon that they could bring in, I do have counters for. And then some of the Pokemon that they have could counter me. But it will now depend how I pilot it from here. All right, Talonflame and Regieleki. So right now, Regieleki is going to be automatically faster than anything, especially if Talonflame uses Tailwind. So hopefully they don't. I'm going to taunt the Talonflame, and I'm going to protect the Urshifu. Because I get priority regardless of what it is, and he only gets priority for Gale Wings. So we're going to taunt that so he doesn't get access to Tailwind. Yep, so we solved that. So Electro App's going to go. It's not going to hit the Urshifu, which is totally fine. And Thundurus is going to get knocked out, unfortunately, but again, that's totally fine. Oh, that Transistor... magnet combo was really strong. All right, so with this combo, we could go. How do we do this? Would have been better if I brought in Garchomp, but I couldn't do anything to Talonflame, and I put Urshifu at risk. Terra? No, Terra wouldn't do anything. Thunderbolt, the Talonflame, and Aqua Jet, the Regieleki. Here we go. It's about half. A little over half. Brave Bird will now hit Urshifu, which will knock him out because he's fighting. I'm not doing too well. The recoil damage on that attack, though, is really high. So now here comes Thunderbolt. And that should knock out Talonflame. That Regieleki, though, is faster than me unless they won the speed tie. Which is, granted, could be the reason why they won. Alright, so now Garchomp will now come out. So it's 2 on 3. And they bring out Chien-Pao. Now, my Regieleki has a minus down, which can only... Their Regieleki can only attack into mine. Because they can't do anything to Garchomp. I'm going to protect here. Terra. And use Earthquake. I don't think they Terra'd yet. The only Pokemon I've been able to bring down is Talonflame. But again, my Regieleki has a -1 to speed, so I'm going to have to play this a little bit safer. So we'll protect here. Their Regieleki cannot attack into... Well, it can now, but it couldn't before. Is it Spect? It's only using the Electro Web. Ice Spinner will go into Garchomp. Does nothing because it's Steel. Rough Skin will now break the Sash. If it's sashed. That could be... That Regieleki could be Scarfed. And if it's Scarfed and only using Electro Web, that would answer why they were faster. Without the -1. Which is really interesting. Okay, so even at -1, I should be able to outspeed Chien-Pao. So we'll go ahead and hit the Azumarill again. And I will protect with Garchomp. Huge power is still a thing, so I have to watch out for that. Chan Pao isn't going to get the Terra here, but Azumarill is going to, and it's going to become Terra Fairy, which isn't going to do a whole lot to Garchomp himself, but I'm going to protect all the same because I don't want to knock out my own Pokemon, and I definitely didn't want to get set up for hitting the wrong Pokemon. But I should have used... Oh, okay, good. Woo! I was like, I should have knocked out the here comes Play Rough, and it's going to go into Regieleki, but I should have used Thunderbolt on Chan Pao. I would have knocked him out and had 2 Pokemon on my side instead of just the 1. But I'm going to go like this now. So Sacred Sword's going to go in that slot. It's going to do a lot of damage because it's super effective. I should have went into the Chan Pao. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, should have thought of that a little bit sooner. That's okay. We're still learning. Not bad for a match 2. Alrighty, here's our next match. We got Urshifu, Gothitelle, Tornadus, Fluttermane, Gastrodon, and Goodra. Steel Goodra. Okay, so in the last match, we blundered our way of using Tornadus. I think changing Tornadus's Terra to not be affected by what his weakness, or like his weakness to, might be a little bit better. Thankfully, we don't have anyone on that side of the field to really worry about it outside of Fluttermane. Thunderbolt can be put on Fluttermane, and then that's just game over at that point. So what do we do here? What do we do? I think with what we have in front of us, we walk in with Tornadus, Regieleki, because we're going to be the fastest thing on the field outside of Fluttermane if it uses booster energy. Chan Pao, yes, for the Dragon Steel, and then we'll use Urshifu for the anti-protect. I think that's what we'll use because I don't see anyone else becoming like a huge benefit here. So we'll see what else that we can come up with. All right, I can't read any of those. Okay, Gothitelle and Gastrodon, and the camera is still way too high. And Gothitelle is probably going to have Shadow Tag, so I can't swap anybody, which is a terrible thing. But I'm going to taunt Gothitelle. And I could freeze Gastrodon. Is that going to be a benefit, though? I mean, right now I can't hit him. So maybe... Yeah, I will do that. We're going to open up our Terra. We're not going to try to like pull it out or trick them into it. We're going to pull ours just right up because I'm going to need to be able to do damage against that Gastrodon. Now that Gastrodon is part, it's like water, grass, or whatever. Fake Out will go on to Regieleki, which he will not do anything. Taunt will go into the Gothitelle. And Regieleki can't do anything because, unfortunately, he was... Oh, the Mental Herb took off the taunt from that. And Earth Power into the Regieleki will survive because Gastrodon could use that, which is what I wanted to try to prevent. Okay, so we're going to use Bleak Wind Storm, and I'm going to go... Let's see, can I switch? Can't, so it is Shadow Tag. We'll protect. We'll protect. I think that's the better play. I think Gastrodon will go into that slot again because it can't really hurt Tornadus. Gothitelle will protect, which is good because they use Bleak Wind, which looks like it went off. And we'll hit the Gastrodon for about a fourth, so not terrible damage. Muddy Water will also get connected into Tornadus, but it's about a fourth as well. Maybe a fifth. Lake Wind Storm again. And then we'll go ahead and try to knock out the Gastrodon. Here comes a Terra Blast Ice. Looks dope as again. It's not gonna knock it out. That took a little more than half, a little less than half, and then Citrus Berry comes up, goes back to green, puts it really back to where it was. Here comes the Bleak Windstorm, puts it right back to where it was. No, that's not gonna do anything. Speed does fall though. Here comes the Muddy Water. Regieleki avoids the attack, but Tornadus does not. And what does... Oh, Trick Room. Neat. Neato. I didn't use Tailwind, though. That doesn't really matter, because... Oh. That stinks. Okay, Protect again. Gothitelle, Gothitelle, Gothitelle. How do I deal with you? Not only were you able to, like, bring in Shadow Tag, but you... Recover on the Gastrodon? Are you kidding me? What are you, a wall? Here comes Psychic into the protected slot. Not bad. Three more turns for Trick Room. Switch out. Oh, I can't. Can't because Gothitelle says I can't. That's right. Alright. I mean, I'm gonna lose both these Pokemon. Regieleki goes down, which is going to force Gothitelle to attack into Tornadus. Terrible, terrible conundrum of events. Okay. Hyper offensive, speedy team. And I have my own... Some of my weakness, not my only weakness, but some of my weaknesses are literal reversal of speed tiers. Okay, so we've got 2 more turns of Trick Room. Why not just Sucker Punch into the Gothitelle? Because it can't do anything but attack. And I'll protect the Urshifu. It's still taunted. Gothitelle can either retreat or not do anything. Doesn't look like it's going to be retreating. So here we go with the Sucker Punch. Into that slot, we'll knock it out. Earth Power into the Urshifu slot, which isn't going to do much. So now, former Alpha. There we go. Here's that Goodra. I want to see what you do now, Goodra. We're going to protect here in close combat. Gastrodon's things. Oh, it prevents water attacks. Okay, so I'm gonna hit into Goodra and see what happens. Earth Power on Urshifu. Get about half. Shelter on the Goodra, which is gonna raise its defenses. 2 stages. Here comes close combat. It's the one-hit KO from Urshifu with the crit. I drop a whole stage in defenses, but that was dope. And dimensions now return to normal. Your Trick Room is now gone. 2 Pokemon down, and you've got your last 2 left. Okay, I'm going to Sacred Sword into the Urshifu. And I'm going to close combat into that slot as well. Because I can't use water attacks. Storm Drain is going to suck them up. So I can't use water attacks. And I think if they're partnered, it does the same. So Terra Fighting. Good call. It removes the weakness from fighting, but that's okay. Sacred Sword goes into that slot. It's about 2/3. Close combat again. We'll knock it out fully. -2 to all my defenses now. And Urshifu goes down. Here comes Muddy Water. It does very little to Urshifu. So we're gonna Ice Spinner and close combat. Here's this stab right into that slot. It's gonna do quite a bit. And here's the close combat to knock it out. Let's go. Gothitelle. As soon as you fell, I was able to get a little bit more control over this match. Oh my god. All right, with our 4th match up today, we've got Typhlosion, the fire ghost type. It's literally Victini. Let's go. Iron Bundle, Iron Hands, Tinglu, Sneasler, I think that's what it's called, and Talonflame. Very interesting choice of Pokemon here. I don't know what the Sneasler does. If you guys know, leave me down in the comment down below. I'm going to bring him up on Cerebi now. So right now, I'm going to go in blind for him. But Typhlosion, man. Typhlosion. Oh, that's dope. Okay. What should we do here? We will have to worry about Iron Hands with the fake out, Iron Bundle with his Icy Wind shenanigans. Tinglu is also a thing because he's super bulky and I don't have like the fairy like thing to get rid of him now. So I'm just kind of like crap. Maybe Qian Pao will be able to do it. I mean, Fighting Ice could do it. I know Fighting does. I don't know about Ice. Urshifu should be able to do it too. But Talonflame with the Tailwind, ugh, tough. So we're gonna bring in these 4. Yes, bring in these 4. I don't think Qian Pao is gonna be as useful here, just because of the fact of Talonflame is gonna be able to like beat him up really bad, and Qian Pao doesn't really have anything to go against Talonflame as much. I mean, Sucker Punch is always good because then you can just knock out Pokemon before they even get to attack, but just something that I should also be using quite a bit is priority moves. But we have Iron Hands and Iron Bundle versus my Regieleki and Tornadus. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to protect Regieleki, and I'm going to Tailwind with Tornadus. I'm doing that so that 1, I outspeed the Iron Bundle because right now he's at 307 or 309, I'm sorry. And even with Fake Out from Iron Hands, he will not be able to stop me from getting Tailwind up. Is it going to cost me Tornadus? Absolutely, because no Fake Out, so there's that. But it's going to cost me my Tornadus, which it doesn't. Iron Bundle goes into the Hydro Pump into the Regieleki slot, and Swords Dance will go into Iron Hands. So we don't have to worry about that thing anymore. So cool, neat, dandy. We're gonna activate the Rain Dance, and then we're just gonna activate the Electro Web. I mean, minus speed would be good here. Yes. Activate the Rain Dance to give my water attacks just a little bit more of a boost. But Electro Web is also going to be hurting a lot, and it's going to knock out the Iron Bundle, but does very little damage. 1/10 to Iron Hands, but I dropped the speed down 1 whole stage, which may not mean anything now, but it will. Thunder Punch will go into the Tornadus for sure. But now we get to come in with my man Garchomp, as I believe I brought him in. That's leftovers on the Iron Hands. Okay. And I did bring Garchomp in, so neat. This is going to be great. Now he does have Sword Stance, so he's going to be doing a lot more damage. I think Terra Steel might be the best one to use. Or maybe not, because Talonflame is now into the field, so no, let's not do that. We're going to Earthquake. Oh. That's not going to hurt either one of them. Okay. Dragon Claw into Iron Hands. Thunderbolt into Talonflame. He might get some attack off because of Gale Wings from the Talonflame, but I'm not 100% sure. Garchomp, or sorry, Iron Hands will go into Grass Terra to negate any and all earthquake damages that we get. Tailwind is activated on their side of the field, which I don't know if it's gonna do a whole lot, because now here comes the Thunderbolt, which is gonna do a lot of damage to Talonflame. It's gonna be a one-hit KO. And here comes the Dragon Claw from Garchomp, which is gonna take about to half. Now Garchomp is, ooh, Sword Stance again, so that's a +4 into attack. Oof. Oof. Okay. So this Iron Hands needs to leave next turn, and I have the idea to do it. We're no longer going to Terra Steel the Garchomp. We're going to Terra Ice the Regieleki, which is going to go in to that slot. Here comes Typhlosion, shiny. And he found out that it was Life Orb and Magnet. Ooh, Frisk. Neat. Okay. So we're going to Dragon Claw into the Typhlosion, Terra Ice right into that Iron Hands. He's a +4. I need to get him off. And because I know that's Life Orb, not Life Orb, but leftovers, he's not using the Assault Vest. So now I'm going to Terra Ice Regieleki. We're going to use our Ice abilities to get rid of, hopefully, Iron Hands so that we don't get anywhere near that +4. So Typhlosion's gonna protect. Terra Blast. It's gonna do super effective because now he's grass. Is it the knockout? It is just barely not the knockout. Oh no. Okay. Now Iron Hands still can't do anything. Oh well, maybe he can. Oh, that's not enough. Okay, good. Rough Skin's gonna take a little bit out of that chunk that he just gained, but he was able to take out, you know, Garchomp, which sucks, but I will make it work. Definitely does suck. My Tailwind's gone, which is totally fine. We're now gonna bring in Urshifu. I'm probably the fastest thing on the field still. Even with his, we'll go ahead and Searching Strikes on the Typhlosion, and we'll go right back to Terra Blast on the Iron Hands, which we should be able to get the knockout. He will detect, so that's a protect. Typhlosion will use Eruption, which will knock out the Regieleki because he is Terra Ice, so he's definitely weak against it. Oh, I'm sorry. But here it comes, Searching Strikes in the rain. 2 Typhlosion, not needed to get 3 strikes in. 1 strike auto crit is gone. Pokemon was hit 1 time. Typhlosion fainted. Iron Hands now gets a boost. Okay. What do we do, guys? We could close combat, which I don't believe we're going to be able to do. Searching Strikes. We are in the rain. We do have Mystic Water. So in the rain, with Mystic Water, we might have enough. Let's give it a shot. Surging Strikes into Iron Hands. Let's go. 1. It's not going to be enough. 2. Because these are auto crits, it gets him down to 1 HP. Here comes the Thunder Punch. And he's +4, and that's good. Oh, yep. Dang it. Oh, not a bad way to go. But dang it. Oh, dang it. So there, I should have protected with Regieleki because Typhlosion was on the field, instead of trying to go for the knockout. I didn't know that he had to detect, though. That was interesting. Love that. All right, now our 5th and final match is ready to go. We've got Charizard, Dragonite, Cresselia, Urshifu, Fluttermane, and Rillaboom. Okay, interesting. How do we deal with this Pokemon? But this team set, whichever one you want to call it, Cresselia with its Lunar Blessing. I haven't really seen it used like at all on the ladder. Wonder if my buddy JT has. Let's see. Urshifu turned out to be like a really strong competitor in this gen. This Unseen Fist with all physical attacks is really interesting. Oh, you can't protect. I'm just gonna go right through it. That's dope. I think we'll go in with what we had before, but we'll bring in Chien-Pao and Garchomp. I think that's what we'll bring in. We'll bring in Garchomp so that if he brings us in Fluttermane, we have an answer to it with Terra Steel. Chien-Pao so Rillaboom can get KO'd by Ice Spinner, which is going to be faster. Obviously Tornadus because Tailwind, and Taunt is like great supporter Pokemon, and Garchomp in case we had to deal with like the thing. So we got Dragonite and Cresselia on their side of the field. I will go ahead and taunt the Cresselia and Terra Ice into the Dragonite. No, I'll protect. I want to be able to survive because I don't know what type of set that Dragonite is. And they're going to Terra. Is it normal? It's Dragonite and it is normal. So it is a typical extreme speed set. Go and ram your face right into my slot with extreme speed. So Helping Hand from Cresselia, which is going to do a lot more now with extreme speed. I will protect with Regieleki. They might go into Tornadus, but I'm going to taunt or not. Yeah, because extreme speed. Oh, there goes Tornadus. Yep, and Cresselia gets to sit there and go yippee because Taunt is speed 4, I think, and then Helping Hand is right above Fake Out or right below Fake Out. Might be right above Fake Out. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know who to bring actually. That extreme speed Helping Hand combo, it's gonna be tough. They don't really need to bring in Chien-Pao. It's like, why do I need to worry about lowering your defenses when I could just up my offense 1.5 times? Okay, Chien-Pao. Let's go. That's really hard. How do you deal with that? We're going to protect here, and we're going to Thunderbolt into the Cresselia. Like she's going to Helping Hand again. There's no reason why not to. That strat worked the first time. Why would you ever change it up if it worked the first time? Right? Like, does anyone else out there like agree with me? It's like, hey, this worked the first, let's try it again. Like, I can't stop it. I tried to taunt and I was knocked out before taunted was even gone off. Like, the only way I can not like get knocked out is to like be faster than those, and it's hard. Extreme speed will now go into the Regieleki to knock him out, unfortunately. Cresselia didn't do anything, but does use Psychic. I'm left with just my last two Pokemon, and I honestly don't know how to deal with that. Sucker Punch into Cresselia, and we're gonna Terra Steel and Earthquake. No, Terra Steel, Terra Blast into Dragonite. Dragonite, man. Terra Normal with a Twice Man, man. It is such a problem. I almost want to bring in Screamtail just to disable it. Like, that's a good counter to it. Just like, nope, you can't use it now. I just disable it. Chien-Pao will survive. Sucker Punch goes into Cresselia, doesn't knock it out. So the extreme speed does leave it down to about a little, like 2/3. Like, it will just barely survive. But here goes the Terra Steel into Dragonite, which then does a little bit. Psychic will now go into Garchomp. Doesn't do anything because it's Steel. I'm going to then protect with Chien-Pao and Earthquake everything on the field. This should knock out these two. I don't know why they didn't do what happened the first time. Like they were on a roll. I can't do anything to that. Extreme speed will goes into Chien-Pao, does nothing. Protected, 0 damage. Earthquake will now hit everything on the field except for Chien-Pao, which I'm hoping for the knockout on that side of the field. Levitate doesn't hit Cresselia, so Dragonite goes down. I forgot about Levitate. Interesting. Lunar Blessing. Wait, it can hit itself? I thought it couldn't hit itself. Okay. So we have Charizard out now. We're gonna Sucker Punch. No, we're not gonna Sucker Punch. We just protected last turn. We can Ice Spinner into that slot, but we should attack Cresselia. And we are. I'm going to protect with Garchomp. Helping Hand goes from Cresselia over to the Charizard. Protect goes into Garchomp. Charizard's part flying, which is why I'm not like immediately going for like Earthquake. It does not affect him. Heat Wave will come out from Charizard and will hit, unfortunately, Chien-Pao. Okay, so now we're just down to our last Pokemon, and we're going to Dragon Claw the Charizard. We should have doubled into that slot, honestly. Because I would have knocked him out then. We should have doubled into that slot. Here comes Heat Wave. It's going to knock out Garchomp. God dang it. That's good, though. That's good. Speed tiers is what I'm here to learn. I need to know what outspeeds, what doesn't outspeeds, what they can do, what they can't do. That's what this team building is for. But dang it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be the end of today's video. We are currently 4-11. Wow, but that is okay. We are still learning what our team can do, what our team can't do, what we need to replace, and what we don't have realistically able to be used. So far, I have no use for Amoonguss. I don't really bring him into any of these fights. So I think the best course of action that I do have for him is to replace him off the team. He's not going to be in our season 8 winner, but I believe he's won one season that we had for him. But we will be looking at the team and seeing what we can make changes to. Obviously, I really want to bring in Dragonite. He is so strong. I want to bring him in so badly, but I do believe in the rest of the team that we've got. So in the next video, we're going to see some changes because I feel like this team right here can do it. I just don't use Amoonguss, and because I don't use Amoonguss, he doesn't really hit the field. I don't see him being like super useful at this present time. That doesn't mean that he won't be able to come back, but I don't click him. I have a team of 6. I should be able to use all 6, and I don't use all 6. So that's where I'm coming from this is I have him, I should use him, but I don't. Because I don't see anywhere that he could be used. But I'm going to leave that question off to you. What do you guys think? Does Amoonguss seem to be like a good part of this team? Am I using him wrong? I mean, you guys can totally like rip into me into the comments. Like you guys can also tell me like what your guys' like streak is in battles right now. I think my buddy JT is like 50 or so battles in. He's already in master rank. He doesn't record a lot of his videos like I do. So his matches are whenever he just wants to play, and I have to kind of plan around mine so that you guys can see it from start to finish. And that's how I like it, because then I can rewatch these later on and kind of make mental notes for me of what I should be looking out for and what I shouldn't be looking out for. Like in match 4, when I was like, I could have won that if I just protected. Match 4, match 3, it was the one with the Terra Grass Iron Hands. I could have won that match if I only protected Regieleki and went straight into Typhlosion with Urshifu. If I done that, I would have been able to win, because it would have been one attack just like that and just that's it. But I didn't. And because I didn't, I left myself open to be knocked out almost immediately after Urshifu got done with his attacks. And it's the same thing with match 2, I believe. If I had just attacked into the Chien Pao and got rid of them first, it would have been a 2-on-1, and I would have been able to withstand a little bit more from Azumarill. I mean, it was Terra Fairy, but I had a Terra Steel Garchomp out there, which means that Fairy attack ain't going to do anything to me, and Water isn't going to do anything to me either. There's that. Like, definitely learning how to pilot the team is going to be like a learning thing for me. That's it. That's all that I've got today. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. Again, leave your comments down below. I love reading your guys' comments, and I'll reply to them as much as I can. Go ahead and leave any of the questions that you have, and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. If you guys like watching my videos, hit the subscribe button. If you keep coming back, obviously hit the bell. You'll be notified of when I release content. I am working on a brand new schedule to bring out content for you guys, so you will be seeing 6 videos from me a week, and then every other week you'll see a podcast from me as well, which is, again, audio only. The stuff in the background doesn't really matter, but it is something that you guys could listen to if you so wish to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all that I've got. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Wednesday. And that's it. That's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.